This is Borealis, the first effects plugin from MNTRA. We describe Borealis as an animistic performance reverb, but it goes beyond any conventional reverb plugin. Borealis brings spatial effects to life, responding to your playing dynamically, creating an inspiring dialogue between what you put in and get out. To get you started, I'm going to walk you through Borealis' interface and share some tips and tricks along the way. This main screen is called the Perform view. It's the home base of Borealis, and you can always get back to it by pressing the MNTRA logo in the top right corner. The first thing to do when you open Borealis is to load a preset. The preset browser can be opened and closed by pressing on the preset name. From there, you can sort what kind of sound you are looking for and hover over the preset name to get an idea of what's going on in it. Let's load a preset. Every preset in Borealis has an associated algorithm. You can always change the algorithm by clicking the logo selector in the top left. These range from convolution reverbs sampled from real places, shimmering algorithmic reverbs, and vintage delays. Like in our Mandala 2 engine, the heart of Borealis' control is in the three axes, X, Y, and Z, represented in the animation. You can think of these as performance macros that allow you to non-linearly control multiple parameters within the plugin at once. The mouse indicator will change to show which axis you are controlling, and you can click to see what it is doing. You can open and close the control panel of Borealis by clicking on the arrow on the side. Here you can see each algorithm's parameters and what they are assigned to. You can also control the in and out gains of the effect and the envelope follower input gain. By right-clicking the controls, clicking the icon or the tab on the bottom, you can open the control mapping window. From here, you can choose what the parameters are mapped to, either manual control, axis control, or modulator control. These tables control the range and response of that mapping. Inspired by the non-linear control of game audio engines, these tables found throughout Borealis are at the core of its dynamism. By clicking on the expand icon, the tables can be expanded for fine-tuning or to access the preset table shapes, including a randomizer. Many effects algorithms also have a few additional parameters that can be accessed by pressing the plus icon tab at the bottom. These parameters can't be modulated, but rather are used to fine-tune the sound. If we follow the tabs on the bottom, the next one will take us to the modulation page. Borealis has 3 complex modulators and an envelope follower. Starting with the modulators, you have expected shapes, like sine, triangle, random, and square, as well as a custom table shape and stepped modulation for sequences. The rate and intensity of the modulation can be modulated with the axes or even other modulators. This allows complex, living, breathing movement. At the bottom, you can see what a modulator is assigned to and a visual representation of its state. The last tab of the modulator page is the envelope follower. This is an essential component to Borealis's dynamism. The envelope follower takes your input signal and derives a control signal from it that you can use to control parameters within the engine. The attack and release allow you to fine-tune the response, and both the input gain and threshold can be dynamically modulated. The threshold allows you to choose at what signal volume the envelope follower kicks in, enabling highly responsive performances. The envelope follower input gain can also be adjusted from the front page, so you can quickly tune it to your signal. You can also open the envelope follower by clicking the icon. The last tab at the bottom is Borealis's mastering section, including a parametric equalizer and mastering limiter. This section affects both the dry and wet signal of Borealis, so you can shape your overall sound. If you want to only change the wet signal, you can use Borealis on a return track. The equalizer can be turned on with the toggle and edited by clicking and dragging. A two-finger drag on a control point or middle mouse wheel can quickly adjust the bandwidth. You can use the bottom controls for fine-tuning. And right-click on the bands and the background to access additional controls. There are two styles of limiter. The modern limiter is a mastering grade IAR look-ahead limiter that is ultra-transparent. The vintage limiter is modeled after an 1176 style peak limiter. Keep in mind that the modern limiter will add a slight delay by nature of the algorithm. The mid-side control splits your signal into the common and different information between the channels. It allows you to balance how much mid versus side is going into the limiter. At 50%, you will get a neutral response. To finish off our tour of Borealis, let's go through a few more presets. Thanks for coming along, and we hope Borealis brings something new to your creative process.